Robinson. Robinson trying to figure out maybe a way to get around this 28 Ryan, trying to work his way up through the top 10. Looks like he's going to get in there a little bit too deep. Ends up getting into the back end of that 28. Ryan gives him a pretty good love tap right there. Unfortunately for the 28, the car goes down onto the apron. You see how much it gets unbalanced. Losing that rear end, slides up the racetrack. Ooh, baby, close call there for the 66 of Ben Gleason as he almost got a big piece of him right there. See everyone else, Josh Kreider, the 10 right of Wyatt Mickelson, they're sliding down low. They're trying to get around him here, seeing with that 00 up on the high side. Michael Durham doing a great job to avoid it as he locks up those brakes, trying to keep that car out of trouble, does a great job of it, and gets that thing checked up there on the speedway. But a little contact there between the 31 and the 87 as Gens gets up into the outside fence. We also saw some other issues here. I'm not sure. I think it might have been Josh Kreider in the 10 Ryan that were rubbing and scrubbing down out of corner number 4 here. Let's take a look at it as they're trying to avoid this 28 Ryan. Kreider down onto the apron. The 10 trying to slide down there as well. I think they're going to get tied together here. You see a little smoke right there. The 10 Ryan getting jacked up. They're trying to stay off each other, and looks like for the most part they're able to do a pretty good job of it. They're both kind of trying to avoid that pit wall entry right there. And 37 ride of Evan Stewart, and oh, right there. Tries to come back up in front of Evan Stewart, bounces it off that outside fence pretty hard right here, man. That was some pretty serious contact. Full speed down the back straightaway, unfortunately, up the racetrack and bounced it off that outside fence. I think that's what maybe the 00 and what the 28 Ryan was seeing, and unfortunately just getting bent out of shape, trying to get that car checked up, trying to avoid the 99 Ryan. You see Brookover up into the outside fence, trying to avoid him as down low, the 00, the 66, they're going to come together, go up the racetrack. Unfortunate contact there for the 66 ride as Ben Gleason, really nowhere for him to go. And then we see the 8 unfortunately get another piece there of that 28 ride, and the 13 Michael Ponder Jr. also going to get collected there as well. So a couple things happening, a couple drivers running into problems here deeper in the pack, and unfortunately some pretty good contact there for a bunch of them as they'll head down pit side at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm usually used to saying the dirt track at Charlotte, but we're on the asphalt Charlotte track here. See if we can get another look at this one. See that contact again as we'll play it back just a little bit here. You see Gaston. I don't know if Gaston's kind of trying to come down. Kind of comes down a little bit. The 18 right underneath of him. Unfortunately, looks like he kind of gets a little checked up there for Melvin Brengruer. That's where the contact's kind of made. Pretty good damage there for the 18 as well after making that contact with Jonathan Gaston. But you see Gaston hard up into that outside fence. Heavy damage there for him. That car spinning around, and unfortunately different pitch strategies here for a lot of these drivers. But unfortunately for the 28 of Trenton Johns here, Trenton just unfortunately goes up the racetrack a little bit, opens up the door for the 79 ride, and Danny White quickly tries to fill that gap and tries to slide in there, and unfortunately making the contact here with this 28 right. See the flames as he's washed up the racetrack there a little bit, rolling out of the throttle, and 79 comes in with a quick head of steam, ends up making that contact. Pretty good damage there to that left rear quarter panel of the 28, front end contact and door damage there for Trenton, and for that 79 of Danny White right there is not sure what happens. He gets back onto the throttle, gets rolling. I'm not sure if he loses a tire or something here, but gets back onto the throttle. The car just goes around, and it